Christensen, and I'm the coordinator of officials for IFAF in Europe. This is the bullet training tape for deep wings on punts on crews of 7 or 8. Now keep in mind, this is the baseline. So it's up to you to add your own personal flavor to add bullets to these lists. And with that said, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you find it useful. So one thing we can be sure of is that if we're going to get into trouble, it will happen on a kick play, and punts certainly apply or qualify as that. So first thing we have to do, bullet number 1 there, is count Team B, and make sure you count several times because they have a tendency to hide those players. So even though you get 11 first time, it's not necessarily automatic that you're going to get 11 on the second try. So count Team B several times. Get into position as a deep wing in a crew of 7 or 8. Typically we're flatlining with the back judge so that we can keep everything in front of us. And then notice the jersey color of Team B, just so that we know once the ball is rolling around on the ground and players are running in and out and it becomes chaos. It's nice to be able to know, okay, if black jersey touched it, that means it was one of the return team, and if white team touches it, it was a kicking team player. So, and now we're just kind of waiting for the snap, or more precisely, we're waiting for the kick. And here comes the snap, and here comes the kick. Now, right now, we should be able to tell from where the ball is right now, where it is, which direction it's going and which vicinity it's going to land in. We're not going to be super precise, but at least now we should know, is it coming towards me? Is it going away from me? Is it a short or a long or deep kick? So we want to see the direction of the kick. And then we are zooming in on our keys. So for each of the deep wings, we have a couple of players here, the headhunter or the gunner or whatever you want to call him, and his opponent. So we want to make sure that we know everything that's happening with those two players. And then once the return starts, we do want to cover the runner, but just as importantly, we want to cover blocks in front of the runner. So for example, for the side judge here, you should know, have an opinion on the legality of that block that just happened right there. We do want to know what happens to the runner, but not very much can happen to the runner. So we also want to have a look at blocks in front of the play. And then, of course, we're in charge of forward progress. So for the field, for the side judge over there, get the out of bounds spot after the play is over. Not super important, but we also want to know what happens, around the play. And now the play is over, so we're stopping the clock. That's automatic. As soon as the play's over, we stop the clock regardless of what happens. Now we're into dead ball coverage, and we do want to pinch also now for the side judge. That doesn't really apply since the ball died out of bounds on your sideline. For the field judge here, we do want to pinch a little bit, just to get into that habit here. He may be a little bit lazy, but it does, the play is all the way over on the other side, but it's just a good habit to get into, to pinch a little bit. And now it's just a matter of getting the ball in and getting ready for the next play. Different punt here, but same principle applies. Obviously, we want to use the same bullet. So we're counting Team B a number of times just to double check that we've got it right. We get into position as a deep wing on a large crew. We want to flatline with the back judge, and we want to know the color and ideally also the number of the punt returner's jersey, so that once chaos and mayhem ensues, we know which team touched the ball when. And it's just nice to know that our team, so to speak, is black and the kicking team is white. And now we're just waiting for the kick, or more precisely for the snap, or more precisely the kick. And we're going to get a snap. Here we go. And here the ball is kicked. And again, we want to see the direction of the kick initially, but while the ball is in the air, we're not going to follow the ball. Rather, we're going to follow our key, and for each of the deep wings, they have a nice couple there that they can follow. We want to know everything that goes on there, legality of blocks and whatever they may do. And then once the return starts, which is us right there, now we're responsible for the runner, but also the blocks. So we want to know what happens on blocks, especially if the ball comes to your side. If you're backside, then you can focus even more on blocks. And then we want to get a good progress spot, which they also do here. And once the play ends, they're already doing it. We're stopping the clock. After every kick, we stop the clock. We're now into dead ball coverage, making sure that the players separate. And then we want to pinch a little bit, which both officials do well here. And we're now ready to hand over the progress spot to the wings, and we can get ready for the next play.